Hello everyone, welcome back to our fourth episode of Continuing Dental Education in the US. Today we will talk about ECE, Inbde and Toefl. Again, this is me, Dr. Noor Daras.
And this is Dr. Toefl.
Please follow us on Instagram at darasnoor and thar.perio to stay updated with our videos.
And the purpose of these videos is just we're putting ourselves in your shoe and we're trying to show you how to think and how to make your decision. First, we talked about introduction, where to go, what options you have. Then we talked about how you can come to the US and how you can pay for your education. Now we're telling you about 3 basic steps that you will need for whatever program you can apply for. First, we're going to start with the ECE, which is the Education Evaluation Credentials. And we use this agency because most of the time, most of the schools ask for it. But there is WES, there is AERC. So there are other agencies that they still do your evaluation. A couple of important points, their website ece.org. And you gotta go there and check what your country is required for paperwork. We recommend you send the original papers, and don't worry, they will send it back to you. And when you do your ECE, make sure you send a copy to the JCNDE, because you need to show them the ADA that you're qualified to take the Inbde or National Board Part 1 until you're eligible to do so. And by doing that, you're saving yourself a lot of time. And the last thing is that we want you to do the course by course evaluation, not a general report, because that will help you when you get to the point that you apply for dental school, so you don't have to do a new one. So when you get your ECE done, approved, and you sent a copy for the JCNDE, they will tell you, okay, go ahead and start the process to apply for Inbde.
For Inbde, it's a new test that replaces Part 1 and Part 2 Inbde. This test will dominate your decision making, but not memorization. So it will test you on critical thinking and how to practice safely. It has 500 questions that you will do them in 2 days. The first day, it's going to be 8 hours, and the second day, it's going to be 4 hours. This test will have 2 items or 2 types of questions. The first one, it's going to be like random questions, and the second type, it's going to be like more item set questions. So they will give you a case and they will ask you 3 to 6 questions about each case. This test is a pass-fail exam, but we would highly recommend that you pass it from the first time, as we see a lot of schools, they're asking or they're considering that you pass it from the first time. And also, we would highly recommend that you study from Dental Decks. They have just released the Inbde version, or you can study from the Mastery app. As I said, we would highly recommend that you pass it from the first time. But let's say if you fail this test, that's fine. You can still do it again, but you have to wait like 90 days after the first attempt. And you have to wait about 1 year after your third attempt.
Now, one important thing we want to allude to, which is you have first to do what we call a dent pen. So you have to go to the ada.org, and this step will be done first before you register for your Inbde. This is going to be like your identification number, okay? So you're going to get your dent pen and you're going to use that in any correspondence you're going to do with the JCNDE. Now for Part 1 and Part 2, same thing applies. Dental Decks for studying material. We recommend to read the released questions by the ASDA. And now due to COVID, they have extended the deadline for Part 1 until the end of this year, December 31st of 2020. And Part 2, you have until August 1st of 2022 to get those done. The other topic that we want to discuss, and last but not least, is Toefl. And this topic, we get asked a lot about it. It is very important, and we highly recommend that you get a score of 100 or more. And even if you see a school asking for 80 or 85 or 90, just remember you're competing with people that are coming in with high scores. And remember again, there is no grades for Inbde, no grades for Inbde. and not a lot of schools depend on GPA because they know we come from different countries and they can use that as a measure um, to weigh who is better than who. So TOEFL is going to be a big thing that they're going to look at. We recommend that you study their ETS book and do their test questions and the sample questions. That's going to help you, especially by time management. This is a big factor. And when you apply for the test, you will be asked if you want to send a copy to a school. Most of the time we say there's no need to do so. Just get your score, and when you get it, if you're happy with it and you like it, then you can send it back to send a copy to that school. But if you do it from the beginning, you and the school you send the grade to, you will be notified at the same time. So I don't know if that's going to be a good option if you have a low grade. One last thing I forgot to talk about in the NBDE is when you register for the test, they're going to ask you for 3 states that you want your scores to be sent to. Now, it doesn't matter, not really, but if you have 3 states in mind that you think you want to practice in those, you can just pick them and they're going to send your IMBD scores to those states because they expect that you're going to apply for the license in any of those 3 states. And that should be it for today.
Please feel free to share this video with whoever is interested. And if you have any question, please let us know. Thank you.
Take care.